Today I'm going to show you how I save over 80% of my income on a week-by-week basis and how you can do the same. What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name's Josh. I'm a 19-year-old Instagram expert from New Zealand, and I'm making videos teaching people how to grow on Instagram, make money on Instagram, and so forth. So subscribe if you're looking forward to some of that content. So today I'm going to talk about how you can save a large amount of your income and sort of explain how I save over 80% of my income. It's probably actually closer to 90% when I think about it, but I just didn't want to overdo it. But recently I put something up on my Instagram story. You can follow me here, asking for videos, and I had a lot of people asking about finance and videos and personal spending and so on, and they wanted to see how I spend my money, how I save my money, investing and so on, because it's not something I talk about a lot on Instagram. So that's why I've got this video for you guys, and let's dive right into the video. Disclaimer, I am by no means a financial expert. I'm not qualified. I have not been to university, and this is purely for entertainment purposes only and based off real life experiences and YouTube creators that I've learned from, books and so forth. So just wanted to put that out there. Please don't sue me. The first thing you can do is focus on increasing your income if you want to save a greater percent of your income. And this sort of seems obvious, but so many financial gurus don't talk about this. They only talk about saving, which has a limited amount. If you make $50,000 a year, the maximum you can save is $50,000 a year. Well, it's actually probably $35,000 to $40,000 by the time you take out taxes. And that's if you live on the street and don't spend a single dollar, which is just obviously unattainable. So the most you could realistically save from that might be $20,000, $30,000. Now, the way you can increase this is by increasing your income, because as soon as you increase that, if you double that, you've got way more that you can save. Now you're probably sitting there like, how do I do that? There's a lot of ways you can do this. You can get better at your job and then go get a raise potentially, if that's available at your company. You can start a side business and start making money with a side business, whether it's online, whether it's offline, which is another great way to make more money. Or if you already run a business, you could look at ways to get more efficient with it, increase your profit, make more money from that. There's a lot of ways you can do this, and I don't want to cover that all in this video. There'll be another video linked about that in the description. And obviously, by earning a higher income, if I'm living off the same expenses, you're saving a higher percentage. Number two, now that we've talked about making more money, you're going to need to save more money too if you want to save a high percentage, and this is something that I do religiously. Okay, save, save, save. I buy simple clothes, but quality clothes that aren't expensive. $5 t-shirts that are fitting and nice. Dress shirts like these are pretty cheap as well. I bike to the office instead of drive, which has two benefits. One, it's exercise. Two, it's way cheaper than owning a car. It's good for the planet too. That's number three. That's a bonus one. And fourth, it's actually faster for me to bike to and from town most of the time. Traffic is reasonably slow. I can sit on 30 to 40k. Another thing is you can live at home if you're young. I mean, I'm 19 myself. I still live at home because it just makes sense to be with my family, and also great way to save some extra money. And just look at these different options. And by doing this, I'm able to save way, way more and learn to enjoy the simple things. I don't mean to make this sound like you have to be boring or like that, but there are so many cool things you can do for free or cheaply that you don't have to spend a ton of money on. You don't have to go pop bottles at the club and go partying every weekend. You can find other hobbies that you enjoy, play a sport, watch YouTube videos like these and learn how to make money online. So many different things you can do, but just save that money and live frugally. It's a great way to set yourself up, and it's something that I've always had instilled in me and has always been something that I do. So save, save, save. The first thing is make more money. The second one is save more of it so you don't spend it. Number three is be strict. Know how much you earn and pay yourself first. This is terminology that was brought to light by, I think, Robert Kiyosaki was one of the first people, or The Richest Man in Babylon book. And it's pay yourself first. So if you have a job and you make $1,000 a week, pay yourself a certain amount into your savings and spend what's left. This is another thing that Warren Buffett's talked about. It's something along the lines, and I'm going to really butcher this quote. I'll probably put up an actual quote of this on the screen. But poor people save what they have left after they spend, and wealthy people spend what they have left after they save. And so this is essentially a principle of take a certain percentage out of your paycheck, regardless of what you earn, and save that money. And then spend what you've got left. And if you can save more, do that. Be strict with yourself, know how much you earn, and put aside a certain amount every week. For me, because I make sure my expenses are super low and I focus on growing my business, I save like 80% of my income and only live off a very, very cheap amount of money considering the business that I run. And so being strict is very, very important. Don't touch your savings account is another thing. I know a lot of people that go out there and they save their money and then they see a big deal on for a new car or for a nice couch or for something that they don't need, the new iPhone, and they're like, I've saved up $1,000, I can buy it. Great fix to this is to have multiple accounts. So instead of spending money on that, or the other option is just don't buy shit that you don't need. Only buy stuff you need when you need it and save the rest. But if you are one of those people who are inclined to spend money like that, the other option is to have 2 different savings accounts. One that's just saving for those things, the second one which is saving for your future. And so if you're going to save 20% of your paycheck, maybe you put 20% of that 20%, so 4% of your paycheck, into an account that you can then spend on stuff. And the other 16% of that paycheck you put towards saving for investing or your future or a house or whatever it might be that you're saving towards. So that's essentially how I save 80% of my income. 1, I focus on growing my business and making more money with that. Number 2 is I save and don't spend money on unnecessary things. I make my lunches from home, I have coffee at home, I bike to work, I don't waste money on expensive clothes and instead buy simple but quality clothes, whether it be suits or nice shirts. Just go for simple and quality. You can get nice $5 shirts if you want. Don't have to do that. You can buy secondhand. I don't go out to eat lots. There's so many different things. I don't go out drinking lots. There's so many different things you can do to save money. And third one is be strict. If you're saving money, don't touch that money unless you're investing it or you have a plan with it. But don't just go out and buy the latest iPhone or a holiday or whatever just because you've saved up money in your investing account and you want to spend it, okay? I know it might be tempting, but don't spend your money that you're saving. A bit of a bonus tip, and I'll probably create a whole nother video talking about this, but for those wanting to know where I invest my money, and again, this is just entertainment purposes, I'm not a financial advisor, do not sue me, thank you, but I currently invest my money into multiple different things. Most of it, I put into a high interest savings account. That's where it first goes when I pay myself from my company, put it all into high interest savings accounts, which pay me anywhere from 2 to 3.5%. And then from there, every time I see a market correction, dip, or a crash in index funds in the US, like the S&P 500 and the New Zealand funds, I put some money into there every time there's a correction, a dip, or a crash, because it's almost like buying stuff on sale. It's cheap and it's always historically gone back after every one of those. So I invest into first high interest savings, then when I see a dip, I buy some of that. And soon I'll be investing into other things, potentially real estate or something along those lines. That'll be coming pretty soon. I'm just sort of waiting a little bit to find the right deals and just get a bit more information on that first. So that's a wee bonus of how I invest that money. But thank you guys for listening. If you enjoyed this, if you got some value out of it, please subscribe, turn on notifications, leave a like, leave a comment, all that good stuff. And if you got any video requests, feel free to DM me on Instagram at the Josh Ryan, or leave it in the comment sections below so I can get that made and help you guys crush it on Instagram and make more money online, and anything else you want to learn from me. So that's it for today's video. Hope you guys have an awesome day and crush your week. See you next time.